We got the movie club here. We're doing episode 6 of For Life. Yeah, I'm like, okay. All right, guys, we are back. We got episode 6 of For Life about to happen right now. I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it. We got some revelations happening this episode. We got some big stuff happening. So this episode ain't even really about the episode to me. This episode is about the greatness of 50 Cent. I got my New York hat on for 50 Cent. Dog, like, this guy is a freaking genius. Like, this guy is gonna win an Emmy, and I think it's because he knows what he's doing, and he's doing it really well. So he plays a similar character on Power, right? Power is a cable show. Boom, he levels up. It does really well. Then you get to ABC. You get to network TV, where you can't not be nominated if it's good. You know what I mean? Cable, they pretend like they don't see it. Then he plays this character that is very close to the perception that we have of 50 Cent. We don't know 50 Cent personally, so I can't tell you what he's really like. But the perception of him, you know what I mean, is this intimidating guy, this tough dude. And, you know, he makes this show where he's never the lead of the show. He never has to carry the show. But when he comes in, he adds this perfect amount of grit to it that you just love. So this episode for me was just looking at the greatness of 50 Cent. They add him into the show, and his character kills it. And I think that he's got I think that he's about to really muck up this like really clean story of just Aaron versus the establishment. Now I think that the jail is about to be shook upside down. We're gonna have some B and some C stories that are really gonna be worth your time in the near future.
I have chills like just from that because like he well, it was you and it was 50 Cent. But no, because like, yeah, his character is just, he does so much while doing so little.
Oh.
And just the energy and the way he carries himself, it's like, I mean, just, I have only been that uncomfortable with like a TV show or storyline or movie or anything like that maybe like 2 or 3 other times in my entire life. And whenever he came on the screen, just like his presence, like I would get like some chest tightness. It's like I could feel the anxiety creeping in. And because the prison was run so with like a softer approach and everything like that, Aaron was in a lot of these relationships the more dominant one. Like he was one of the leaders at this prison. Like people looked up to him and stuff. And then 50 Cent's character rolls in. It's like you feel that dynamic switch instantly. And it was so just like, it kind of like leveled Aaron out a little bit, which is nice because he's not used to being put in that position. He's not used to being the submissive to a lot of people, even though he is in this position where he is like in the custody of the state and everything. And 50 Cent was just amazing. Like,
yeah,
he was so good and so powerful is like the only way to describe it.
And I think it's like he snatched up his whole team. You know what I mean? Like the guys that with Aaron, as soon as they see 50 get off that bus, it's over. And it's like because they've been there, and then you got to think like Aaron's been there 9 years, and these guys immediately know who he is, where Aaron doesn't exactly. And you know, they say that he's been in jail for 21 years, so like I get it, but it's like immediately from another jail, this guy comes and is the alpha. It's gonna be fun.
I think kind of going off of what Shannon was saying, like the moment I saw him on screen, I was hyped. Like his entrance, I was hyped, I was ready. He stepped on that bus and I was stressed. Like immediately, I was like, oh, this is gonna go like really bad, really fast. And I think with Aaron, like he has been in a position of power a lot. Also, he's faced a lot of challenges, but we've seen him be very collected the whole time. Like no matter which case is going bad, issues with Wild Bill, he's been pretty composed. So I'm just interested to see with how he's going to react with 50 Cent's character now being there and kind of just coming in and immediately like switching this whole prison, turning it all on its head. So we'll see.
And the beautiful thing about this is it's the storyline. You have the CO union, the warden's wife, Maskins, contacting these people, setting this up. Like, we're about to shake this prison up. So you already know that in their minds that 50 Cent is pretty much their like secret weapon, is gonna do something. Do we think that they've, offered him something? I don't even think that's the case. I just think that 50 Cent is coming in there to make this jail his.
Well, I think that they brought him in there to blow up the warden system of less violence, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But they think, no, this person is a violent person. Also, what I freaking loved is there were moments when you knew physical violence was about to happen, and it didn't.
And it didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
That is acting.
Yes.
That is acting. When you when they're at the table, when he goes to the table, he's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Every other jail show, that's a brawl. I gotta assert my dominance. Nah.
Something getting shamed.
I 100% thought it was going that way because one of the dudes from Wild Bill's clique, he puts his tray down immediately. Ready to, I'm like, oh, what's happening? And it never does. It's wild.
And I think
Thing is too. Oh, go ahead, Shannon.
going off like everything that we've kind of said in this before, like with that comment, it's just like you can tell the 50 Cent's character's playing the long game, because it's just like in that instant where it's like that fight doesn't happen, you're like, oh, he's waiting for the right time for this, and when it happens, it's going to be big. Because like what you said, Brandon, where like Aaron doesn't really know who he is. Aaron's been in for 9 years, and then the comment that the other guy in the jail makes, where it's like he's been in here for 21 years and not for the crime he was put in for.
Right.
He's been in here for 21 straight years for committing crimes while he's in prison whenever he has a chance to get out. So it's like he just is just hanging out in there because that's where he's in charge. That's where he's got all the power. And it's like when that goes down, it's going to go down real hard.
Oh, yeah. And he's taking everybody down. He's going to take over Wild Bill's whole system. He's already spooked Frank, the guard. Like, he literally set the tone from, like you said, once he was sitting at that table to when Aaron had to give up that phone. Because now he don't really have no allies. I mean, Aaron has Jamal.
Right.
That one, like, dude.
But he doesn't have Jamal more than 50.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna buck. They're not gonna buck. So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But also, it was like you saw him with his pull on the outside too, seeing that like he took the phone over from Aaron and everything.
Right.
But was that was the guard that that wasn't the guard that like hopped on in to stop the fight with Wild Bill, was it?
No.
Okay, but it's just like, so then someone else had to probably told him that he was the one running drugs through the prison for Wild Bill, and then that's why he spooks him, because then that cuts off Wild Bill from everything he's doing inside, and then again makes him have to come to 50 Cent. So everything is around pulling the prison to him.
100%.
Which is like, cool.
Yep. We're gonna find out exactly what the demands were, which should be really fun too.